Hello guys, I'm back. This is the video of limits, right? The limits involving SURDS. So this is supposed to be part 3 of our videos. If you haven't checked the last video of SURDS, which is part 2, it is linked. It is popping up by now. If you can check the top right corner, you can click and watch it there. Okay, now so as you can see, we have now a new animal, which is the SAT. So here, let me concentrate on number 1 first. If I can substitute this x is equal to 1 here, at the top you see I will have what? 1 minus 1, which is 0, right? So at the top I'm going to have 0, right? What about at the bottom? I'm going to have 1 squared plus 25, which is plus 24, I'm sorry. 1 squared plus 24, which is 25, right? So square root of 25 is 5. So 5 minus 5, 0. So I have 0 over 0, right? So, this does not take me anywhere. So now let's start to fix this this mess. Let's clean this mess, guys. I'm cleaning it literally. Okay. So now, what is the approach? What is the approach to this? Let me write the approach. Let me write the approach. What is the approach? What is the approach to this? So now, number one, we have to remove the SAT. To remove the SAT, we have to multiply it by a SAT that is similar to it, the one that looks like it. Okay, so we say is to what? Is to check you check what you have. Okay, we can rationalize. Okay, like for example, here we have our denominator. We can rationalize by multiplying by its conjugate. Rationalize by multiplying by multiplying by its conjugate. Okay, rationalize by multiplying by its conjugate. Okay, so number 2, we're going to use the difference of 2 squares. We're going to use the difference of 2 squares. Okay, so what is the difference of 2 squares? The difference of 2 squares is simply a plus b, a minus b is equals to a squared minus b squared. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here on the first one. So okay, let's start now. Okay, let me rewrite it here. -24 minus 5. Okay, all right. Now, so I want to rationalize the denominator, so I must multiply by what? By its conjugate. Its conjugate is what? Is going to be x squared plus 24, right? Remember, multiply by its conjugate plus 5. So if I have a minus here, it's going to be plus 5. right? So I multiply by its conjugate. Remember that this is the same as me not doing anything, because this value at the top divided by this value at the bottom is equals to 1, right? So we just manipulate it mathematically. So you will notice that I'm multiplying by its conjugate and I'm rationalizing this denominator at the same time, right? So, and again, if you can check this value and this value, right, they are what, the product of difference of two squares, right? So if you can check this now, at the top I'm going to have the limit of x minus 1, right, into square root of x squared plus 24 plus 5, okay, all over. So now x squared plus 20, the square root of x squared plus 24 multiplied by the square root of x squared plus 24, it's what is x squared plus 24. Remember that the square root of a multiplied by the square root of a, the answer is a, okay? So same thing here. So it's the difference of two squares here. So now I'm going to have x squared plus 24, okay, minus, so negative 5 multiplied by 5 is what, 25, okay, minus 25. So now okay, I'm sorry about that, the limit. So now at the top I still have that plus 5. So what do I have at the bottom? At the bottom I'm gonna have x squared minus 1, right? X squared minus 1. Again, if I factorize the bottom part, I'm going to get x plus 1. X minus 1 is the difference of two squares. So now x minus 1 will cancel x minus 1. What am I left with? What am I left with? Okay. What am I left with? So I'm left with the square root of x squared plus 24 plus 5 over x plus 1. Okay. So now, if I substitute 1 into this, at the top I have a 25, square root of 25 plus 5, right? The square root of 25 is 5. So 5 plus 5, I have 10 over 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1, how much is 5 plus 1? Is 6. Okay. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So here I have 2 goes how many times into 6? It goes 3 times into 6. And how many times into 10? It goes 5 times into 10. Okay. Let's check. Let's double check our work, guys. Okay. Now everything is in order, guys. Everything is in order. So now you have learned how to determine a limit using SURDS. Okay, so let's go to the second question. I'm going to be fast. I'm going to be fast on the second part. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to be fast. Okay, you guys now know maths. Okay, number 2. It says is the limit of square root of x plus h. Do number 2, guys. Do number 2. And then this is the correction of number 2. Okay. As h approaches 0. Alright, so I don't have to talk about substituting 0, blah, 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 blah. Right, because we know that we'll have division by 0 here. So now what do? Remember our guideline. I multiply by its conjugate, the conjugate of the side, right? So it's going to be x plus h all squared plus 1, okay, plus the square root of x squared plus 1. Why do I put plus? I put plus because there's minus, and I'm aiming to have a result of a difference of 2 squares, right? So, and again, conjugate and stuff. So I must do the same thing even here. Plus 1 x squared plus 1. Okay, so now this multiply by that. At the top I have difference of 2 squares. I'm going to have now x plus h all squared plus 1, okay, minus into x squared plus 1, okay, all over h into the square root of x plus h all squared plus 1 plus the square root of x squared plus 1. Okay, so now let me simplify the numerator. I am going to have x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 1 minus x squared minus 1, okay, all over h, the square root of x plus h all squared plus 1 plus the square root of x squared plus 1. Okay, guys, so now as you can see, x squared will cancel x squared, okay, then 1 cancel 1, okay. So at the top now we are left with 2 xh plus h squared all over h into the square root of x plus h plus 1, okay, the square root of x squared plus 1. Alright, guys, so now as you can see that we have an h here and we have an h in here, so this h is going to cancel you know, the one of the h is there, so I'm going to have 2x plus h at the top. So now that problem of me having h at the bottom is solved. So you guys can go on and substitute and tell me how much you've got in the comment section. Okay, guys, that will be all. Okay, if I put 0, let's just do it, guys. Okay, if I put h to be 0 at the top, I will have 2x over here. I'm going to have x square root of x squared plus 1, plus square root of x squared plus 1. Okay, square root of x squared. So now I have what? 2x over 2 square root of x squared plus 1, right? So final answer is what? The final answer is x over the square root of x squared plus 1. Okay, that is the final answer. Okay, thank you guys for paying attention. In the next video, I'm going to do the last but not least I'm going to do a limit involving difference of 2 cubes. Okay, difference of 2 cubes. So I don't want this video to be very long. Okay guys, thank you.